It's the mind behind the curtain with your hosts, Alex and Jose. How you all doing?
Yeah, how you all doing?
The king of the gang.
Yeah.
The good. Everything universal. The positive and the negative.
The positive and the negative, y'all.
And the good, the wrong, the unknown. And that's right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
And it's up to you, the listeners and the audience, to believe it or not.
That's right. Here we go.
Here we go. So, welcome back to another episode of The Mind Behind the Curtain. And this is part 3 of Going All Out. Conspiracies. That's right. So we've been doing this rapid fire with all these conspiracies, stuff that we dug up, stuff that is being thrown out there, you know, and we don't want to confuse anybody more than this whole thing. Believe it or not, make it whatever you want, but at the end of the day, take care of yourselves, you know?
Yeah.
And do your own research. And don't worry about some alien force or some monsters coming out of your closet or being abducted, because you'll be okay.
Yeah. It's up to you, the listeners, to believe it or not.
That's right.
Like the intro said.
Exactly. So let's go exactly to the spot where we left off, man.
And where's that?
It was... I'm all confused and I forgot. No. It's we left off.
I need some adrenaline.
Yeah.
Girl.
Here we go. Yeah. We almost left off on that topic.
Yeah, pretty much.
And and how basically all these labs are creating and manipulating all these viruses, right? So something that was thrown out there, and more people are becoming more aware of this thing, because just this weekend I was driving by one of the beaches in Kitts, and the beach was packed, man.
Had to be. First day of sun, basically.
Yeah, man. So, is the virus a hoax? Is it a hoax?
Okay, put it this way. Since the BLM movement has happened and all the protests of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people, not only in the States and Canada, but around the world, have you seen any increases of cases? Good
point. The thing about numbers is that a friend of mine brought this up on one of our conversations, and he said, if you Google any number at any given time, right? Punch in 250, 300, 1,000, whatever you want, and you Google that, but you add coronavirus to it, right? You will get an article, which is, I don't know, I don't know if it's relatable or if it's just coincidence or whatever, or because information has been put out there. But the fact is that so many numbers have been put out there, man. And they're all based on algorithms, models. So you type in 531 coronavirus, boom. Yeah. On Google, boom, there's an article. There was 531 cases on April 27. You know what I mean?
And it's funny because now the models show that if someone is infected and they're around these individuals and those individuals were around these other individuals, then that becomes all cases of the COVID-19.
That's right.
And they all have it. When they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're all based on a speculation because, for example, a very dear place of mine in Vancouver, Brandy's. I'm just kidding. It's not one of my dearest. I love it. Keep it up, girls. You're doing a great job. Listen, Brandy's, man.
He'll let it rain soon.
So, sir, here we go. Anyway, so, bro, what happened was that there was an article put out there saying that multiple patrons were infected with COVID-19 that attended Brandy's over a weekend. And they said if you were there between the 23rd and the 25th or whatever the dates were, right, you were likely to have been infected.
No, I wasn't there.
It's got fever right now. It's fucking kicking in, man. So, now, that brings up the conspiracy, bro. Was this, obviously, there's a lot of stuff being put out there. Was this virus created in a lab?
Okay, not only that. Let's go back a little bit with the cases. Just one more moment.
Sure.
Okay. Now they're trying to scare the 20s and the 30s and the ones that were supposedly safe from it all, right? Now they're saying, oh, all of a sudden there's 238 cases in Ottawa with people that are 20 to 39 years old. Come on. It's not working, people.
No.
It's not.
And we're not trying to debunk the truth of the virus
itself.
Like, we're not going to go against scientists and doctors that can prove that the virus is real.
But WHO, tell me who there is a real doctor.
And that's a conspiracy. Who is all behind this?
Yeah.
The answer is in the question.
It is. It's in the question. It's right there. WHO.
Yeah. And that brings up the next conspiracy, bro. There's a lot of people making billions off this, right? True. So we're not talking about $1.50. We're talking about, trillions of dollars being...
What country has made more money out of this whole stupid... pandemic?
That's one of the words thrown out there right now. Pandemic.
Than any other country.
I would say China.
There you go.
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Now that being said, man. Okay, so the virus was manipulated. It was created in a lab in China. They're saying that they had it in a test tube and the thing broke and it went off. The other thing was that they ate bat soup, and then they were blaming some other armadillo-looking animal.
Yeah, and then
that brings up the confusion, man, behind all of this, right?
Well, it causes a lot of confusion because people don't know what's right, what's wrong, and what's real and fake.
That's right.
And what to believe.
That's right. What to believe, man. What to believe. So it's basically getting mind fucked. That's what it is.
It is.
Right.
And the funny thing is, there was a video that I sent you.
Yeah.
That was sent to me from China from a source that I'm not going to tell. But it showed an individual on the train that licked his lips and put it on. And he wasn't even Asian, dude.
Yeah.
Like...
There was another video thrown out, and by the way, I love this part of this whole conspiracy thing. The rogue agent infecting the populace, right?
Yeah.
You're saying that he went into this metro in Asia, and he was infected with the coronavirus, and now he's putting all his spit.
He had
and everything.
the mask on. He took it down like this. I wish we had a TV to put it up. And
you can Google it or YouTube it. Try it. Maybe it's up there.
It's not there.
And that's the other thing. The conspiracy of how
was sent.
They're bringing down all this stuff, man. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And but there might be that video of that Asian lady who was like scratching her nose or sneezing and coughing
and throwing it on the thing,
on the buttons in the elevator.
Yeah.
In the elevator, man.
Yeah. But this is different because this guy was white.
Right.
He wasn't Asian.
We thought maybe it was like a military.
Yeah, he looked military. He looked special op type dude.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't doubt it, man, because this brings up the more of the conspiracy, right? Like this is getting layers over layers because we're gonna strip the onion, bro.
Yeah, let's just
MK Ultra project, man.
Oh.
Right? Mind manipulation.
Okay, let's talk about Halifax and the shooting.
Oh. How crazy was that?
MK Ultra or whatnot. Like, come on, man.
I read into it and I look at it from my conspiracy mind point of view, and I'm like, man, who has a police car? Right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was an unmarked police car or a police car that looked like it, but I saw it on the TV.
It was a police car.
It was a police car.
Police car.
Who has a uniform in their closet?
Yeah.
Right? Who is driving around looking official?
The uniform.
Who's not stopping this individual, bro?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Come on, man.
And why is there footage out there of other people, and it's not conspiracy, it's just footage out there showing people saying that they were there seeing other RCMP officers shooting other individuals.
Woo! Like, and blaming it on the guy.
Yeah.
Whoa!
You know what I mean?
And you know, there was another thing too that brings up the the conspiracy theory that this was a MK Ultra project, basically mind manipulation. That he got shot at a gas station or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And what they're saying is that he was just there filling up his car with gas,
like
right?
A normal does. Yeah.
And basically asking him, hey man, when police approached him, they're like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, put your hands up. And he was like,
Yeah.
What?
Like
he didn't know what the hell he
going
did,
on.
right?
Yeah.
Next conspiracy, man, where we put under hypnosis. And our people right now is still under hypnosis with all the subliminal messages on the news.
Okay.
All the stuff that is being put out there, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All
like
right.
people are basically. I mean, I've seen people stand for what they believe is right. Mm-hmm. I've seen people like throw arguments on Facebook for weeks, man.
Yeah.
Only to get to a point where they break down. They break down and they cry, and then they had enough.
Yeah.
Right. And because maybe unconsciously they're waking up out of that hypnosis. You know what I mean? And if you really think about it, so many people right now are being controlled, especially with that the thing that became the tradition of banging the pots, to honor the essential workers.
Which totally more makes sense. You're celebrating your lockdown. You're in prison.
You're celebrating your hypnosis, and your prison and shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? Inmates do that.
I know.
There's so many things that happen. That all these things, all these habits, they're all like we were under prison rules, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that banging or making noises at a certain time of the day not only happened here, it happened in China, Spain, France, Chile, all these places, man. That it's almost like everything that is happening, it's repeating everywhere else.
And you know what's weird about 7 p.m.? 7 p.m. is actually the time when your spiritualization changes, and ghosts and demons and etc. come out to play. Ooh. From 7 p.m. onward till I think 4 a.m. or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or 5 a.m. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I heard that around 4 a.m. is when we shouldn't be awake or you shouldn't be out on the streets because it's when dark forces come out. Yeah. 7 p.m. I didn't know that. That's great, man. Yeah. And 7 is a very strong number.
And I'll tell you why I know this. It's kind of weird because I was doing some work at what's that place called? The abandoned hospital. Not Grammy.
The hospital, what General Hospital?
No, it's abandoned now. It's
Riverview, the psych ward.
I was there a long time ago, right? And the liaison says I'm leaving at 7 p.m. After you could stay here, but I'm leaving. Yeah. Call me when you want me to come back and lock up. I'm like, why are you leaving? Because that's when they come out.
That's when shit gets weird.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
So I went upstairs where we're going to shoot and stuff like that. And I swear I saw this shadow figure coming over the wall. And I ran. And I was just like, this guy's telling the truth. I'm gone.
I'm out.
Yeah.
That reminds me of, 7 obviously reminds me of like the movie 7 with Brad Pitt. Yeah. Especially with when what's his name, Morgan Freeman shows him the decapitated head of his wife or girlfriend.
His girlfriend, yeah.
Oh, and he was just like, no, like he just loses his shit, right? Yeah. And I was just like, holy fuck. So your story right now, man, it reminds me of that scene. And you lost your shit, right?
Yeah.
You lost your shit.
I lost it. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not even gonna film in this place.
Well, that is gonna lead into Aliens Over Canada, bro. Did you see that video? People were popping out videos, posting videos on YouTube of aliens flying over the skies in Halifax, I believe, or Ontario.
It wasn't Starlink, was it?
People were saying that there were satellites from Elon Musk's.
Yeah.
Right?
If they're all in line, then that's Starlink.
It almost my first impression, I was like, because we talked about it, right? And again, this is all conspiracy. It's all fiction. It could be true, could be not. But
maybe not.
I had a premonition and I had a dream, man, before those lights. And what I was telling you was that it was like it was aliens. coming here and filling up their ships with the resources that we are providing them with, right? Because they're all looked aligned like a train, like moving stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then there was helicopters moving around, like almost protecting the cargo, And I said, man, these aliens are coming here and they're saying, okay, give us the resources that you've dug up,
or we'll
some of my
laser
food.
the shit out of you.
We're gonna pan fry you, man. And they were taking it to the other side of the world, man. Right? That's my conspiracy, man.
Right.
That's my own personal conspiracy. That I believe that there's continents that we haven't explored, right?
Oh, totally.
And people have talked about it, especially when the flat Earth theory came about. There's like, there's other continents that we haven't explored.
Well, what's after Antarctica?
Right? If it is a flat world.
Yeah.
If it is a flat world.
And even if it ain't, what's after Antarctica?
And who lives in the center of freaking Antarctica? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in my dream, I dreamt that these aliens came here, right? And basically they had to stop everything. The government had to stop everything because they didn't want humans to actually catch footage of these aliens coming in here and landing in their ships and picking up all the stuff that they need and taking it over to the other side of the world.
But you know what's strange about all that? There was more footage during our lockdown than ever before.
Yeah. Yeah. Some was old, some was new.
Yeah.
Some apparently was new.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. Like Bigfoot. Sightings.
Wow.
Sightings of Bigfoot.
I saw this TV show called Video Footage Evidence or something. I can't remember the name of it. But anyways, it showed Bigfoot throwing a tree at a bunch of loggers. And I was just like, what the hell? And they analyzed the footage.
Yeah.
It wasn't fake. It was real.
Yeah.
And the tree was about 125 pounds.
Whoa.
And he threw it 40 feet.
Whoa.
That takes
crazy.
a lot of strength.
Well, there is gorillas out in Africa, man, in the jungle of Africa.
But they were talking about Alberta.
But maybe it's a North American gorilla.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? That can walk up like, because these gorillas out in Africa, man, they're called the lion killers or whatever.
I heard
they're just massive,
they're
man.
huge.
And you just take a regular gorilla and man, it's all muscle.
Yeah.
They're a ball of muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that is far-fetched to believe that there isn't a humanoid looking gorilla, call him Bigfoot, that exists up in our mountains, man. For sure. 100%.
The problem is, look how fast they are.
Right.
They get away super fast when they want to.
Same as gorillas, man.
I saw some
They run fast.
I saw some footage.
Yeah.
And it was amazing how fast it was running up a steep slope.
Right.
We couldn't even do that. Mm-hmm. The way they were doing it.
The way they do it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the
crazy.
Length, man, it's nuts. It's nuts.
It's insane. Now, let's talk about the how these Bigfoot entities, right? Are they one sex? Are they like, does Bigfoot have a lady friend, or is Bigfoot female? And and her husband, her partner. Like, how come we never seen them in a pair?
Language.
Have we seen them in pairs?
We heard they have language,
right?
And there are younger versions of them.
Okay.
Right. There have been documented. There was an Indian tribe. I can't remember the name of them, but they used to hunt with them actually.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
like those dogs, the hound dogs.
They were friends.
But that's what I'm saying. Like hunters use hound dogs to go get the fox and all that. Yeah.
And it's crazy when you look deep into the research about Bigfoot, because there's a lot of things that people don't realize. Some are friendly, some aren't.
Right.
And it just depends who you are. Are you the type of person who wants to give harm to them?
Right.
Or not? Or are you afraid? Because remember, fear.
They can feed off they can feel the energy.
Feel the energy.
Feel the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, hopefully we can one day be able to communicate with these entities, man. And we can get back to hanging out with them.
That'd be awesome.
and using them for hunting or whatever, man.
Yeah.
And because of climate change and all the deforestation of all these mountains and all that stuff.
Okay, let's get into climate change.
Get right into the climate change, man.
HAARP, chemtrails.
Yeah.
Okay. There's theories out there. There's a lot of conspiracy saying that HAARP and chemtrails are connected together. I did my own research and I had, I came up with a little something. And I said this on our podcast one time before, I believe, that HAARP and the chemtrails, HAARP had a contract. It was up, it was finished, and they had to change it over to the next contract. There was no chemtrails in the sky on that June for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Until it got re-signed.
Right.
And it was, part of a different division, right? A different sector. And that's why they were signing it over to a different personnel, I guess, or whatever. And then all of a sudden, chemtrails started again.
See, going back to like these labs where they create all these chemicals, where they create all these, they manipulate viruses and all that stuff. Have you heard of what SIT stands for?
SIT sounds familiar.
And I know that we have all these acronyms and all these conspiracies that are like, literally they're falling in between the cracks. And a lot of people are, kind of searching for all this stuff that they never heard before, because now conspirators have actually become fact checkers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have been.
Right? And I know you were a conspiracy theorist, and so am I. I love conspiracies, man. Don't get me wrong. There is this thing called SIT, and it stands for this sterile insect technique.
Okay.
That they're using in a lab, because we're talking about labs and all that, which they have mosquitoes that they infect with, or they use radiation, right? In order to make them not fertile, right?
Okay.
And so these mosquitoes also carry something in them that when they release the mosquitoes, they go and the women, or the female mosquitoes, try to mate with them, but they're not. They have sex and all this stuff, but now the female is
Can't produce.
Yeah, exactly. She can't
And
produce.
that brings me next.
5.
We're going down.
Let's go down. 5G?
No.
No? Oh, I thought you were going to say 5G, man. Vaccines. Oh, yeah. There's different ways of getting in there, man.
Now, the thing is, if this is what they want to do to depopulate the planet, they're going to do exactly the mosquito scenario.
Or population control.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ionizing radiation. That's what they were using, man. And
Right.
you can Google that. You can YouTube it. You can look it up.
Radiation. Well, there you go. 5G.
Yeah. And that leads into the 5G conspiracy, man.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think by this time we've been infected with this radiation, with this ionizing radiation?
Yeah, radiation's all over the place.
I believe that radiation has been around, man, since they started dropping bombs in Hiroshima. You know what I mean? And we've gotten the effects of it. Even when they had that tsunami in Japan, right? I remember looking at a map, and I think it was put out by Google Earth, and they showed how the radiation was spreading.
Yeah.
And it was basically getting to, it was like almost hitting Hawaii, man. And they were saying that it was going to hit Vancouver. Now,
Do you think that was done on purpose?
I believe, you know what, and that's the other conspiracy, man. North Korea was bombing these parts of the ocean. What is it? So it's the Atlantic? No, it's the Pacific. So they were bombing the Pacific, the North Pacific Ocean, with nuclear bombs and atomic bombs and all this stuff, because they were saying that they were drills.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is that I think if you strategically drop a bomb somewhere, right? Because you have all these geologists working around the clock for your government, right? And if you want to destabilize a country economically or destroy one of their nuclear plants,
then go ahead and do that.
Drop a bomb.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
that could cause one. Yeah.
That's what I thought. That was my conspiracy mind, man.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So now that goes right into the garbage that was created by that tsunami, man. I don't know if you've seen the images and the videos of this big island in the middle of the Pacific that people were like, oh, that's a massive island. They got closer to it. it was all garbage that was getting together.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, massive. The
The
size of Texas.
Really?
Size of Texas, man. A lot of debris. A lot of debris was washing up over here in Vancouver Island, man. A lot of that debris, and Canadians or the Canadian government started doing a program in order to pick up that garbage. A lot of that garbage was washing up also in Mexico, California. Then they started finding that fish were carrying plastic
inside them.
And then there was that conspiracy that, hey, we're gonna die because we were consuming this fish.
Yeah.
We're eating plastic.
Yeah.
Right?
I heard about that.
We are creating more garbage than ever, bro.
Yeah, we are.
You know, this pandemic thing is creating more
garbage than ever.
Than ever, right?
Than ever.
Where is Gretel
now? Yeah. Please don't bring her up.
That's another conspiracy right there. You want to touch up on that one right away because we were coming up to our minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
You want to say something about that?
I don't believe in global warming. I don't believe in climate change. That's just me.
Right.
I don't believe in it. I mean, look at us now. Mm-hmm. What day is it? And it's cloudy out. Yeah. Come on, man. We're in July.
Yeah.
We've seen like 2 days of sun.
Yeah.
2 days, and not even a full day of sun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're still going through our seasons, man. And that's one thing about Canada. The beautiful thing about Canada is that you can really define every season. Like, you know when you're going through winter. You know when you're going through spring and summer. Yeah. You know, and fall. And as you can, every season is very, very, I don't know, how can I say it? It's felt. You know what I mean? Like, you feel it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
All right. Enough of that. Giant hornets. Giant hornets. We're gonna finish up with giant hornets, man.
Giant hornets.
Yeah.
What do I know about them? They've been here for a long time.
New or old news?
It's old.
It's old news, people.
Not new.
So that also brings the point, and we're gonna close this up with this point. A lot of the information out there, right? We came up with all these conspiracies that have fallen through these cracks, and we're gonna do one more, right? That, you know, it's time that we pay attention to all these things that are happening.
Yeah, we have to.
Right? Let's just pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But decipher on your own if it's new or old.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
You got
these giant hornets, man, people already knew about them back in August 2019.
And why are they bringing them up now?
Because it's the perfect time to do so, man.
And then there's another thing that just popped up like a day ago about, you could get something that goes up your nose and hits your brain and you die in 5 days if you go in warm water in a pond or a river.
There's always a formula.
And it's only in the States for some reason.
Right.
I wonder why.
Fear. All right, people.
Fear.
Take us off with some music, bro.
I can't find any.
All right. I guess there's no music. We're going to sign off. And you know what? We are going to make part 4 of this episode or of this. Hey, we don't have a guy, working behind the curtain. We don't have a guy working behind the curtain. We don't have a tech guy. But, please hit the subscribe button. Help us out. So eventually we will take this show to the next level.
Oh, my God.
Give me a freaking pound right here, brother. Actually, let's do the elbow, man.
Play by USB Drive.
And it's taking us out that way. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. My eyes are watering from laughing so much.